What's going on, people? It's your boy YFD, your favourite demon, and I'm back again. I just want to thank everybody for the love and support that they've been showing, and we're nearly at 3,000 subscribers. It is crazy, but enough of that. Welcome back to another episode of The Breakdown, and on today's episode is none other than your boy Danny G from Smethwick, Birmingham. I don't want to get into too much because we're going to get into that into the video, so with that being said, let's get into the video.
You have a fight on the road, your job is to incapacitate that man as fast as you can.
I would agree with you, Danny, to an extent anyway.
There is no playing about. I hear this all the time. Well, you know something? I'll let the geese hit me first.
Well, I don't think you should let anybody hit you first, but if there's another way around it, then maybe you should look at your options.
What? What happens if the geezer's like Mike Tyson?
Then you are f***ed, mate. If he's like Mike Tyson, you're going to sleep.
And he hits you once and you go to sleep.
Then you're asleep.
What about that one? You don't let nobody hit you first. Are you f***ing mental?
I don't think they're mental. Just some people ain't aggressors like that. And if there is another way to resolve a situation without having to hit anybody first, I would suggest that you do that.
You hit them first every time.
Not every time, Danny, but most of the time, I'll give you that.
Listen, they start with you and you know it's going to be a fight. You always throw the first punch.
Now that I can agree with. If you know it's going to be a fight and there is no way to resolve the situation other than throw hands, then yes, you should throw the first punch.
You always end it as fast as you can.
Yeah, seems like good advice at the minute.
There is no tittle-tattle. There's no dancing around each other. It's just bang, 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 whack, bang, off.
It doesn't work like that all the time, Danny, but you're funny, I'll give you that. Carry on.
That's the way you've got to be. That's the way you've got to be in life. If you're out on the road and somebody comes text for a dickhead, yeah, give me your f***ing shit. What do you mean give me your shit? Come here.
What was that? What was that? What was that noise? Was that you reenacting how you would bite someone in the throat? Listen, don't be biting no one's throat, people. If you're in an altercation, that's the last thing you want to do is bite someone's throat. But carry on, Danny.
I'm telling you open, you don't about. It's an instant switch.
Not everyone has that switch though, Danny. Some people just ain't natural aggressors.
You're walking down the road, you're in a good mood, you're whistling to yourself, you're singing songs.
Walking down the road, whistling to yourself, singing songs. That has got to be one mighty good day for you to be doing that.
Geezer threatens you, you tear his arms off.
What? You tear his arms off? How do you do that? How are you supposed to physically and literally tear someone's arms off? I would love for you to explain that to me, Danny. Please, mate.
You just tear them off.
No, you don't just tear them off. It doesn't work like that. You just tear them off.
No about. You tear them off.
No, you don't tear people's arms off, Danny. What kind of nonsense advice is this that you're giving out? Not only is it damn nearly physically impossible to tear someone's arms off for the average person, but you don't tear people's arms off. See, this is where me and him don't agree anymore at the minute. You don't tear people's arms off. That's not what you go around doing if you get into an altercation. Sorry, Danny, mate, but you don't do that.
And you train for long enough, and you train hard enough, so you can tear them off.
No, Danny, no amount of training in this world. As I said before, it's almost physically impossible to tear someone's arms off. So that right there is my friend. That is probably the worst advice you could give someone. But keep going.
Wanna be hard, men? Not even a picture? Do me a fucking favour. I'm gonna knock you out, Danny G.
Please refrain from telling Danny you're gonna knock him out. You can see this guy's not well.
You ain't knocking shit out, mate. Because fighting me ain't like any other fight you've ever had in your life, mate.
I would agree, because you seem like a selected lunatic, the way you carry on.
You think I'm fucking gassing?
A little bit I do. In some of the stuff you said already, yeah, I think there's a bit of gas there, mate.
I am gonna try and get hold of your eyeballs and pull them out your head, son.
Well, that's extremely violent, isn't it, Danny? I don't think just having a normal tear-up, you should be pulling people's eyeballs out their head. But again, crack on.
If these teeth get onto your throat, I'm gonna rip it out.
This guy's trying to commit murder. The advice he's giving some of these young people watching him, he's going to get them to catch a murder charge. Biting people's throats out because they're having an altercation. Get a grip, Danny, mate. Sounds good. It does sound good, but that's not the reality of life. That's not how it goes. I'm starting to sense you do a lot of things for shock value.
You think it's a joke? And you've seen how strong I am?
But we haven't really seen how strong you are. We've seen you do a few training and a few crazy things like shouting wild things into a camera, turning on your rage, turning off your rage at the click of a finger. And that's about it. Oh, we've seen you punch air, but we haven't really seen how strong you are.
You watch me train!
I've actually seen some of your training videos and they're not all that, to be honest. I give you credit though for trying. God loves a tryer. But they weren't that great, in my honest opinion. Let's just say I don't think I'll be ringing you for some self-defense lessons.
You really want these hands put on you?
I don't think they do.
Are you f***ing stupid? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I'll come to your house with 10 geezers. Then I'll bring out my sword and my shields, man.
Oh my God. This guy's not well. He's not well. You're going to bring out a sword and a shield for 10 men. Really? You might poke or cut one or two of them. Then you're going to get weighed in if they all rush at you. I hope people don't take him serious with this sort of advice that he's giving out. Because it is not good advice at the minute from what I'm seeing.
Are you f***ing stupid?
You saying you're going to come out your house with a sword and a shield in 2021 to 10 people. That sounds a bit stupid if I'm honest. But carry on.
It'd be like 15th century f***ing 1066 Battle of Hastings for your ass.
I don't really think it would.
I'll cut your heads off.
You won't though, Danny, will you? I don't believe you will. I hope you wouldn't anyway. And if you did cut someone's head off, you are never getting out of prison again. It would be the last head you cut off. But like I said, it sounds good. A lot of this at the minute is just seeming like he knows what he's doing. This is like shock value, innit? You say something outlandish, crazy, wild, and it gets the attention of people. That's what I mean by shock value. Because it's not every day you hear some nut job saying, I'm gonna cut heads off and bite eyeballs and throats out. And that's what I mean by shock value. I hope I'm making sense.
Idiots! Fucking idiots! You're gonna come and do this. You ain't doing shit. And I know you ain't doing shit. Because I'm more of a man. Do you know something? What dribbles down my leg after a whack is more than what you will ever be.
Well, that's a bit vile and extreme, isn't it, Danny? I'm not really sure where you're going with this, if I'm honest. I'm pretty sure there's better ways to explain how much less of someone is compared to yourself than stuff coming down your leg. But again, it's your story, so I'll let you tell it. Crack on.
Come here. Come.
I'm coming.
Come closer. Come closer.
I'm getting as close as I can at the minute.
Come closer. Come closer. Come closer.
I don't think I can get any more closer, Danny, if I'm honest. Can you just spit it out?
Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer.
I just told you, I can't get any closer.
Come, Smethwick! Ask for Danny G! I'll come out and I will sing happy birthday to you!
Is he for real? Is this how he says happy birthday to people?
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, our fucking Jake!
Nah, this guy needs to chill out, man.
Happy birthday to you! Hip hip Valhalla!
Hip hip Valhalla. What the fuck is going on?
Hip hip Valhalla! Hip hip Valhalla!
Can you imagine being his neighbour or living in a house with him? His complaints must be through the roof. What the actual fuck? Who does that? Who screams like this in their house? This is what I'm saying. It's shock value, man.
Hope you have a fantastic day, my friend.
He's going to have a bit more than a fantastic day with someone screaming at him like that, ain't he, Danny?
What I'm trying to teach you now is something totally different. Yeah? It's something totally different.
Go on then. Show me something different you're trying to teach us.
So, yeah, you can have your good guard, but when aggression is f***ing needed,
Oh yeah, I've already seen this is going to be a whole lot of laughing with not a lot to say about this guy. He is off his rocker. Oh my God. And this guy teaches self-defense. Daddy, man, you got to chill out, son. You're going to burst a blood vessel reacting like that all the time, man.
That's when you have to apply the aggression. And you are trying to disable that man and f*** him up as quick as you can. So get him. Elbow. Temple.
Right, so a million elbows to the temple. What else?
Knockout. Might kill him. It's up to you how much jail time you want to do.
Really? Really? Listen, anybody, any young adult watching this guy, young child, young adult, whoever's watching this guy and looks up to him, fair enough, crack on. But listen to me very carefully. Do not take this guy's advice. You might kill him. It depends on how much time you want to do. No, Danny, that is not the advice you want to be giving out to people watching you. Nobody wants to do jail time. And you should know that yourself, man. Come on, man. I'm losing a little bit of respect for you here, man. No issue with you teaching people how to fight or whatever it is you think you're doing. Not that I agree with it, but no issue with that. But you can't be saying to people, do this, you might kill them, depending on how much time you want to do. Come on, man. Come on, Danny. That's no good. Grow up, man. Get a grip, son.
Do you know what I mean, right? Bang! Hook! 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 Eye socket shattered.
Again, I can only laugh at some of the stuff this guy's doing. He's lost. He's lost. All these things he's doing is based on him assuming how someone else is going to react. What if they try to do these moves and it doesn't break their eye socket? What about that one? What if someone's fighting back? It's easy to throw punches when nothing is throwing punches back at you. It's easy to show someone how to fight when they're not in an actual fight and you're doing it, like I said, against thin air. Half of these things he's saying, I'm telling you, it's not going to work the way he expects it to work or the way he's saying it's going to work. I can tell you that much.
Shattered! No eye socket left!
Yeah, if someone lets you just repeatedly elbow them in the eye socket continuously, then they probably won't have an eye socket left. But that's what I'm saying. Who is going to let somebody do that to them? Because I know I'm not. The moment you throw one elbow, I'm going to be fighting back. And I'm pretty sure 90% of people would as well. So what happens when you throw an elbow at someone and it's not as hard as you thought in your mind it would be and it doesn't do nothing to them? You're banging trouble, mate. But carry on, Danny.
If the geezer gets hold of you in lead lock, bite his ribs out.
Bite his ribs out. This guy is wild, man. Don't be biting people's ribs out, people. Not that you physically can anyway, biting someone's ribs out of their body. This guy's gone, man.
If the geezer gets you in like a rear naked choke, headbutt him, as he goes back, turn around, grab his head, pin his head back, throat out.
Yeah, like I said before, man, all of that sounds good. Shock value and all that. Sounds wicked, fantastic, sounds cute. But he's basing all of this on thin air. On someone that's not doing nothing back. They're just allowing you to have their way with them. Because 90% of what he said, I'm telling you, it isn't going to go the way you expect it to go, the way he's describing it will. 90%, I guarantee you that.
Do you know what I mean? Trust me on that.
No, Danny, I don't think they should trust you on that.
That's all I'm trying to teach you all, yeah? How to defend yourself on road.
As I said, and I'm probably going to keep saying throughout this video, yeah, it works against something that's not hitting you back or attacking you back. I would actually love to see Danny in some sort of sparring or some fights or anything like that. Because I don't actually think you can actually have it the way you think you can. That's my personal opinion. It's not a call out. It's not a disrespect. I'm allowed my opinion. It's not a fact. We know there's a lot of sensitive Sallys out there that don't like people's opinions. It's just my opinion. I would love to see how you do against someone who's actually fighting you back. Because we can all do all these moves to imaginary people that just sit there and take it. It's like when I was younger and used to play the Tekkens on computer in the training mode. I was fantastic smashing up the opponent that weren't fighting back. It's a totally different story when you're playing someone who can actually fight back. But carry on.
And it is self-defense.
You're treading a fine line there, Danny. Self-defense to an extent. Biting people's throats out and ripping people's arms out of their body is not self-defense. That's going above and beyond.
Next one.
Who is this man talking to?
Come on. One of you. Hit me!
Hold on. Didn't this guy just say in the previous video, you don't let no one hit you, and now he's talking to his imaginary friend who doesn't exist, telling him to hit him? Again, people, mental health is real.
Come on, hit me!
Come on, hit me, and then gives himself a love tap. Could you imagine if, like he said in his previous video, if the person was like Mike Tyson and he'd done that, even though he advised you not to do that? This guy's confused, man. All the way confused at the minute from what I can see.
That's what I like to see.
Hey, this guy's gone. He is tapped. Is this what social media is doing to people? Getting people to act like this because they think it works. This is tapped behavior. And if you don't know what tapped is, this is crazy, insane, psychotic, lunatic behavior. But I think it's selected. I don't think he's as crazy as he makes out he is. But again, it's just my opinion. He's still biting imaginary throats out. Nah, man. Daddy, you need to stop, bro. This isn't training that anybody should follow. I'm telling you lot now, man.
50 men come to my door right now. I can grab down my samurai sword and the only thing that will be left is limbs.
This is getting kind of boring, I can't lie. If 50 men come to his house, he's going out there with his samurai and there'll be nothing but limbs left. Absolute bull. That is bull. If 50 men come to your house and you go outside with a samurai sword, you're going to get weighed in badly.
All around me, and I'll be covered and bathed in blood.
You'd be covered and bathed in your own blood if you went out there trying to fight 50 people. And that is a fact, mate. How delusional are you, Danny? Serious, man. I love your energy, but you need to channel that energy into something else, because this is just nonsense.
I'll probably be gnawing on a bone.
You see what I'm saying about shock value? You would not be gnawing on a bone, Danny. Come on, man. This seems like it's just going to be a lot of the same stuff I'm saying throughout, because this guy is tapped and talking absolute shit.
Yeah, because I am Danny G.
Well, we know you're Danny G because you've told us multiple times that that's your name. But carry on.
And I live battle. I am basically a man who has been born out of time.
Don't really think you have. But as I said, it's your story, so I'll let you tell it.
I should have been born 1,000 years ago.
Really?
Because I would have been the greatest warrior.
I highly doubt that. I do. I won't say it would have been impossible, but I really do highly doubt that. But carry on.
I would have been the greatest berserker. I would have been the first one in, the last one out. I can guarantee you that.
Well, you can't really guarantee it, but crack on.
I live battle. So at the end of the day, trust me, when it comes to battle, I know my shit.
You don't seem to know your shit, because you just said you was going to go outside and fight 50 people. And someone who knows their shit knows that is an impossible battle. This ain't a movie. Sounds like one of them old kung fu movies where the geezer goes out and just weighs in 100 people on his own doing all these death moves. This guy has watched way too much movies, man. 100%.
Yeah, I'm a strategic master. I can play chess. You won't believe this, can you? But I was chess champion when I was in jail.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I really don't. You could have been, but I doubt it. I very, 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 very much doubt it.
Do you know what I mean, right? I am an extremely sick chess player.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's even got the little kid saying he is. Oh, Danny, man.
So I'm not just a beast, I'm a strategic master.
A strategic master? No, you're not at the minute. You're not a strategic master. You're just some guy who acts like he's wild and crazy and shouts into a camera giving out rubbish advice to an extent. Some of your stuff I've seen is good, so I won't take that away from you. And I kind of do like you a bit. The way you go on, like I like your energy. I do. I think you got great energy. But you got shit advice.
So if you ever want any videos on that, yeah, just let me know, innit?
I would love to see a video of you playing chess being a master. I'll tell you what, if you see this video, reach out to me and I'll play you at chess. I'll give you a game at chess. Not a problem.
Is obviously, man comes to your door, starts with a shit, bang in the stomach, bang in the face.
Yeah, because a man that comes to your door trying to start some shit is just going to allow you to walk out there and go bang bang and drop him, even though he came there to start a problem. Again, his advice and training for fighting is based on people who don't fight back, and that is 99% not happening in reality. 99% of people you go to have a problem with are going to fight back. So 99% of these moves ain't working.
As he goes down, he's on the floor, yeah?
What if he's not though? Tell the people what happens if he's not on the floor.
Come over him, nice and steady. You've already knocked him out.
What if you ain't knocked him out though? I can't stop laughing. What if you ain't knocked him out? What do you do then, Danny?
Pick your plan of attack. Pick your angle of attack. Do you know what I mean? Grab his foot. Yeah? Knee. On the side of his knee. Pull, 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 pull. When you hear an audible click.
An audible click. Carry on.
And a snap. You've gone through the tendons.
Oh, so you're showing people how to break tendons now. Okay. Keep going.
Pull again. When you feel it click, you've gone through the f***ing bone.
So you want them to break tendons and bones. Keep going.
And then snap.
Well, where would there be another snap? If you've gone through the tendons, ligaments, and then you've broken the bone, there wouldn't be anything else to snap. So I don't know where the other snap's coming from. But again, carry on.
Snap his leg on the side of your leg.
Again, people, don't be going around doing this to people. If you've knocked someone out and you've beaten them up, there is no need to then proceed to violate a lifeless body and break legs and ligaments and all this nonsense this guy's talking about. Again, wrong advice, man. You need to change it up, Danny, because this is bullshit, mate.
There's other ways that it can be done.
Really? There's more ways than that, is there? Go on then.
You can also bang, 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 throat punch.
bang, 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 bang. Throat punch? That weren't a throat punch or one. And how many times you punching someone in the throat? Again, this guy's giving people advice to try and kill people. Oh, daddy, man.
Knock the geezer on the floor.
Again, if it knocks the geezer on the floor. What next is this guy going on with, man?
Comes to these people in parks, innit?
Who does?
I'll rob a 14-year-old boy, cause I is hard.
Anyone robbing 14-year-olds ain't hard. But carry on, Danny.
I's got a knife, and I is hard. I swear I'd love to be in a park one day walking my dog with my hood up.
Why? Why would you even put that energy out there or give someone the idea that you would want them to try it to you? Because nowadays, these jumped up kids will try it. They'll see this video and think, oh, he wants me to do it, so I'm going to try it. Why would you even put that energy out there for someone to approach you to rob you with a knife in a park? I don't know what this guy is going on about, man.
And some little think that I'm a boy.
This guy needs to stop. Somebody needs to stop him. Real talk.
And he can come with his little knife.
I just have to ask, why? Why would you want him to come with his knife to you?
Give me your shit, or I'll juck you up. Nah. Grab, snap, pull, bite, knife. What? Who the f*** are you threatening?
And that right there is murder, ladies and gentlemen. He is blatantly telling us he is going to commit a murder if some young boy goes up to him to try and rob him, even though he just said he would love it to happen. He would love someone to try it. Why? So you can then do this. That don't make you any better than the person that tried to rob you. This guy is tapped, man. I'm losing a lot of respect for this guy.
Give me your cock. Chop it off.
Give me your cock. Chop it off. No, Danny. No, mate. That is not how it goes. This guy needs to be sectioned. If this is truly himself and how he genuinely thinks and wants to behave, he needs to be on medication and needs to be sectioned, because this is not normal. Chopping little boys' cocks off and wanting them to approach you with a knife so you can then go whack, whack, whack like you just said and commit murder. Get out of here, man. I don't agree with any kids robbing anybody or pulling knives out and that, because it's disgusting. Like, there's a lot more to life than that. But what this guy is saying is bullshit and nonsense, man, and no one should be taking any notice of him the way behaving like that. And that's my opinion.
Where's your mobile now, you bleeding out bitch? So
after you've killed him, you're by stabbing the life out of him, you're now gonna rob him for his phone and ask him where his mobile is. F*** off, Danny, man.
F***ing robbing scum!
Yes, I agree. It is scum when people go out there robbing and doing all that nonsense. But your proposed way of dealing with it is even more nonsense. And like I said, if you genuinely believe that, you need to be on medication and you need to be sectioned, mate.
Listen to my chest. Still nowhere near full power, that. Nowhere near. This chest infection really f***ed me up.
Well, that's not good, is it? Super hard nut Danny G getting mashed up by a chest infection. Crack on.
Right, so, you want to be thinking about them combos. So you want to think to yourself, right, jab, 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 straight.
Go on, Danny son, with the jab, 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 straight. Keep going.
That's a combo.
Well, yeah, anything more than one punch and a bunch is considered a combo. But keep going.
Jab, 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 straight.
We've seen that one already. Come on, man, show me something new.
Yeah? And then maybe think, I don't know, jab, uppercut, hook.
Jab, uppercut, hook. Fair enough.
Jab, uppercut, hook.
More jab, uppercut, hooks. Keep going.
Jab, uppercut, hook.
Another jab, uppercut, hook. Ain't there anything else?
Yeah, right, but me, when I do, because I've been doing this a long time, I don't even have to think about it. So it's kind of like, bang, 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 bang.
This guy believes his own hype, innit, man? Like I said, and I'm going to keep saying, it's easy to throw your hands about when nobody's hitting you back. I would love to see this guy in a fight or in a good sparring match, so we can see how proper your training techniques are.
Bang, 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 bang.
It's the spin at the end for me. The spin at the end. This guy watches way too many warrior films, way too many Viking films, way too much UFC and boxing, and believes his own hype. Because there is nothing that I've seen that warrants you to give out any kind of training advice. If it comes to lifting weights, running, losing weight or something like that, crack on, because you look like you're in decent shape for your age. So no problem with that. But like I said, with the fighting, I'm not going for it. And I don't advise anybody else to go for it.
And that will deal with a man one time. Yeah?
Yeah, if he just stands there like thin air and allows you to do that, Of course it would. Any move that anyone makes up, if someone stands there and lets you do it, it will work. But you're not telling the people what happens if they don't let you do it, if they attack you back, if they have some sort of defense or counter-punching technique. What happens then, Danny? Because all I've seen so far is you teaching people how to beat up people that stand still and hold their chin up and let you have your way with them. Because half of these moves ain't working in real life.
Do you know something? The bigger you are, the easier you are.
I would agree to an extent.
That's what you don't realise. Big, slow, fucking steady effers get knocked the fuck out quick.
Again, to an extent, Daddy. But it's not as easy as you're making it sound.
Do you know what I mean? I swear to God, yeah, if I had a choice, if I had Conor McGregor in front of me or The Rock, I would rather fight The Rock. I'd deal with him quick. A lot quicker than I would Conor McGregor, mate. Let me tell you that now.
Really? Well, let me tell you something now. I would bet my whole life and whatever I could find to add into that deal to make it sweeter, that Conor McGregor would smash the granny out of you every single time you two met in a ring. 1,000,000% he would weigh you in without a shadow of a doubt. You've just made yourself look so stupid comparing yourself to Conor McGregor and The Rock. Not that I'm saying The Rock can fight, because all I know is that he's just a gym guy, innit? He just pushes weights and looks big. But Conor McGregor, a professional seasoned athlete, professional fighter, fights for a living, he would weigh you in, and that is a fact.
And do you know what makes me laugh? Loads of people keep saying, I'll chef you. You'll chef me.
The way the roads are going right now, one of these kids probably will chef you, mate, if you behave the way you behave out there.
You'll chef me. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds?
I agree. It does sound a bit stupid when they say I'll chef you. But these kids will do it, and that's a fact.
Anybody who goes out there and uses a knife, well, we all know, put into the comments, yeah, because there's going to be some lads who do this shit who come in my comments. Tell them what they are. What are people who use knives? What are they? Pieces of shit.
I would agree with you, mate. They are. But don't you use swords and knives? Ain't that the same thing, no? Didn't you say you'd go out there and chop limbs off and all that? Little bit of a contradiction. Just a little bit. But keep going.
Unless you're going to take you got a big kitchen knife like that. You take two with you, yeah? You throw one at the geezer you're going to fight and say, there's your knife, let's fight to the death.
So again, sounds good, but it doesn't work like that.
Now, that takes some balls.
I agree, that would be ballsy, but it doesn't work like that. And I could guarantee you yourself would not do that. If you took your sword out to go and chop limbs off like you keep saying you're going to do, I guarantee you wouldn't throw a sword at them and say, go on then, make it fair. You wouldn't, no one would do it. It doesn't make sense to do it. But keep going.
But you don't, do you?
No, they don't. I don't think they do. I don't think anyone would.
You get around somebody in a gang of 7. Yeah, blood. I'm a bad boy, innit?
This guy really needs to stop.
Yeah, you get me now. Chef, yeah. Yes, star.
This guy is lost.
That's what you sound like. That's what you look like.
I actually feel sick at watching this nonsense, if I'm honest. What is this guy doing? I get it, you're imitating the young kids and taking the piss out of them, but you're going a bit too far, man. You look stupid trying to make someone else look stupid. But crack on.
That's what you look like, golem motherfuckers, yeah? And you all surround a little boy and then you start chefing him.
Sad, but true. That is how it usually goes on the roads, and I agree with Danny. It's no good. I don't like all that stuff.
Chefing him. I'm hard.
It doesn't make them hard doing that. I agree. But what it does make them is dangerous. Think about that.
Or anybody who knows me will tell you this, because a lot of boys witnessed this. A lot of lads in Smethwick witnessed this with their own eyes.
What did they witness, Danny?
My whole family witnessed it with their own eyes.
Well, come on, tell me then.
I booted the dog against the door.
That's not very good, is it? Kicking dogs against doors.
Right, I had steel toe caps on. I booted him against the door and split the door in half.
Must have been a hard kick.
Do you know what I mean, right? The dog, who's a staff, built like a brick house, he wasn't giving up. He kept coming.
Right, a staff built like a brick house, and he's still going for Danny. Keep going, Danny.
Do you know what I mean? So he come for me, yeah, right, and jumped on me, straight on my chest, jumped straight on my chest with all his body weight and tried to force me down.
Sounds like a scary situation.
I grabbed the dog and I threw him on the floor like that, yeah?
Well within your rights. I would have done the same.
And I went, Black's pack it in now, right? He didn't. He came at me again. So what I did was...
Hopefully what any normal person would have done is try to restrain the dog or lock the dog in a room until you can get it to calm down, or called the proper authorities to come and get rid of that dog who's clearly lost his mind. But let me hear what you done.
I went downstairs, and to make this a fair fight, this is the mindset of the Danny G.
One, you can't make it a fair fight between you and an animal. That's just number one. And two, why is he speaking about himself in a third person? All these people seem to do it. This is a sign of mental health, man. It's not the mindset of the Danny G. You should have just said it's my mindset. It's the mindset of myself. These guys are losing it, man.
And I swear to God this happened on my children's lives, yeah? I went downstairs, stripped off my top, took my f***ing work boots off, stripped off my hands, stripped off my bottoms.
So you got naked.
Got on all fours like a dog.
And why would you do that?
Like a dog, and fought him teeth to teeth.
Sounds like the Bronson story when he was fighting dogs or whatever and whatnot. I call bullshit. I don't believe this. Man said he got down on his knees naked and fought a dog teeth to teeth, even though you can't compete with a dog's teeth. Are people actually believing this bullshit? They can't be, man. They can't be.
No joke, my own dog. And that dog, that massive, huge friggin' I mean, that thing was about 7 foot on its back legs, yeah? And about 15 stone.
You see? Did you lot catch that? Because I did.
Do you know what I mean, right? The dog used a staff. Do you know what I mean, right? The dog used a staff.
Bullshit like I thought. He said it was a staff. Now he's saying it's an American and then stopped himself because he probably realised, oh, I said it was a staff. Now he's saying it's an American, either pit bull or bulldog, and saying that it's 7 foot on its back legs. Any of you, if you know about dogs, I don't know any staff in the world that is 7 foot on its back legs. So he's contradicted his story. This is what happens when you tell lies. I knew it was bullshit. Is it a staff or an American, whatever you was going to say when you caught yourself and stopped yourself from telling the lie? We just want to know what dog it is. Even though you don't really need to tell us because I'm saying it's bullshit. But carry on, Danny.
I mean, this is no lie.
It clearly is a lie.
Anybody who knows me knows this, and the injuries speak for the friggin' selves.
Showing your finger isn't proof of what you're saying. But keep going.
Bit that much of my finger off. The only reason it grew back was because I had it operated on.
Well, your finger can't grow back. They can only attach it back to itself if your finger gets chopped off. They can do something like that. But keep going.
Yeah, my hand was like that. I was supposed to have a hand like that for the rest of my life.
Why would you have a hand like that for the rest of your life if you only injured one finger? And I assume that it's one finger because you insinuated that it was one finger because you showed one finger to the camera and went, this is what happened, or whatever finger it was. You said, this is what happened, whatever. And now all of a sudden it's your whole hand. So we've gone from a staff to an American dog who's 7 foot on its back legs, which no staff is 7 foot on their back legs, to showing your finger being injured, to now your whole hand should have been like that. Is anybody else seeing this nonsense that this guy is talking?
But I'm that much of a beast that after I'd had this fight with these dogs...
It's just gone from dog to dogs now. Was it one dog or 2 dogs or multiple dogs? Like, this guy's story is changing throughout the whole thing. You seem full of shit, mate. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, and it was a draw, by the way.
You drew with the dog, or dogs, because it's gone from one dog to multiple dogs now. You drew with them. This guy's gone, I drew with dogs. Stop talking bollocks, man.
After I had a fight with these dogs... and I was told I was going to have a claw hand for the rest of my life.
Again, why would you have a claw hand if you only injured one finger? It just sounds like bullshit, man. But keep going.
I came out of hospital with all the cast and everything strapped up on my hand, told not to lift nothing or do anything. And do you know what I did?
What did you do, Danny? Something unbelievable, I bet.
I got a dumbbell, sat in my kitchen, crying in that much pain, tears streaming down my face because the pain was immense. It felt like somebody was chopping my hand off.
Really?
And I was curling.
You was curling. Why would you be curling?
The day I come out of hospital, yeah, and the doctors were saying you'll never be able to punch nothing again. Within 3 days, I was punching my punch bag.
It just sounds like bull to me again. I can't lie. If you injured your finger or even your hand, when you curling works the bicep muscle. So what would curling do to fix your hand if you're flexing your bicep muscle? You're training your bicep muscle. It doesn't make sense in what he's saying. Maybe I'm the stupid one. Maybe I've got it wrong. And maybe it makes total sense. But to me, it just sounds like bull, man.
Now, if a man tries to throw a jab at you and you're fast enough, dip your head.
Not a bad mood if you're able to dip your head. Not that you should want to get punched in your head anyway, but it will hurt a lot less if someone punches you in the head than it will if they punch you in the nose or the mouth or something like that.
Break his f***ing hands.
Yeah, he's telling the truth there. You got a good opportunity of breaking someone's hand if you are able to dip your head quick enough and make their fist hit the top of your head. I agree with that.
Yeah, because as soon as that hits that, bust. Especially if he doesn't know about clenching your hands tight.
It doesn't matter how hard you clench your hands. If you hit someone's skull hard enough, it probably will break a knuckle. But carry on.
Like a f***ing beast, like you're gripping a sword.
This guy and his sword, man. He's an imaginary beast / imaginary Viking warrior. How do people not see what I'm seeing? Like I said, it must just be me. I must just be stupid. But it does just sound like absolute bull
and you're going through man's like f***ing butter.
No, Danny, you're not going through people like butter. Oh my God.
Killing everyone.
You don't, listen, please, people, if anybody's watching him and taking this guy serious, this has to be a parody. This has to be some sort of joke. Because this ain't advice you give to people. Going through people like butter and killing them. I can't be the only one that sees and thinks like this. It's impossible. Going through people like butter and killing them. This guy needs to really, really reevaluate himself and get some help. Because this ain't the advice you should be giving out to young, impressionable adults. No way.
Killing them all?
Again, killing them all. What is this guy's thing with killing people? Yet he hasn't killed nothing but talks about killing people all the time. This guy needs to chill, man.
That's what you want to be doing.
That is not what you want to be doing. Do not listen to this guy. I'm telling you lot now. Do not listen to him.
So, hands gripped tight, arms clenched but loose.
Arms clenched but loose. All right, Danny.
If I became Prime Minister...
No way on earth. No way, not on your Nelly, mate, would I ever want Danny G to become Prime Minister. No way. Could you imagine... what the country would be like if they let this lunatic into office to be Prime Minister? This guy's God, man.
I know that I am going to push buttons.
You're going to do more than push buttons, mate.
Yeah, that have never been pushed before.
I agree. You probably would. And I'm cutting this piece of the video here because I'm not getting into political stuff with this guy. No way. What next?
When I was 25... I don't know how many people in the world could have even bothered even attempting to fight me at 25.
I would say loads, because there's always someone out there that's tougher than yourself, and that's a fact. This guy gasses himself up too much, I ain't gonna lie. He boosts his own ego. Listen, it's great and fantastic to believe in yourself, 1,000,000%. But you, Danny, mate, you're going way too far with it.
Yeah, but I'm not 25 no more. I'm nearly 40 years of age, so I'm not the hardest man in the world, believe me.
I do believe you. I know for a fact you're not the hardest man in the world. But carry on.
I'm just one hard
You come across like you're hard. If I was to believe everything what you're saying about yourself, then yeah, you sound like you're a hard guy. A right toughener. But the flip side to that coin, you know what they say about people who scream from the top of their lungs that they're the toughest person and they're the hardest person and they'll do this and do that. The loudest one in the room is the biggest bitch in the room. The one who's screaming all that is just a defense mechanism so that people don't do anything to you. But in reality, you are not that person in any way, shape or form. That's what they say. I'm not saying that that's you, but that's the way you're coming across.
I'm not scared of nobody.
You shouldn't be scared of nobody, but you should be weary. And not just weary, you should be mindful. Don't overestimate yourself and underestimate someone else.
I'm not scared of nothing. Wild animal, human, I don't give a f***.
Who are you trying to convince? The audience or yourself? Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
I will fight you at the drop of a f***ing hat, win or lose.
That's how I was raised as well. Even if you're going to lose a fight, still fight. Because if someone's going to hit you, they're going to hit you regardless. You might as well get a few of your own hits in. So I can agree with that to an extent.
Because I don't care about getting hurt.
Again, maybe not care about it, but you should be mindful of it.
I don't care about my own blood being shown. I don't give a f***. I don't care about having a broken jaw, having a broken nose. I don't care if one of you bites my ear off.
Well, you should care if someone bites your ear off, because it ain't going to be too pleasant, is it?
Because then I'm going to bite your eye out.
Well, no, you're not actually, because it's like, again, it's almost physically impossible to bite someone's eye out. Like, think of what you'd have to do to bite someone's eye out. You could dig their eye out, you could rip their eye out, you could stab their eye out, but again, it's almost impossible. And I say almost because it probably could be done, but it's almost impossible to bite someone's eye out in a fight. This guy just makes it up as he goes along. So it seems anyway, you know, again, it's my opinion. Before people get sensitive, I'm allowed to have an opinion.
That's the difference between me and most men. There are men out like me out there, trust me.
Yeah, there probably is. There's definitely lunatics like yourself out there, and there's also people out there that's worse than you, and that's a fact.
There are many men out like me out there, yeah, who you may meet in a daily life and not even know that they are a Danny G.
They are a Danny G. This guy absolutely overrates himself. I'll give him that. His self-confidence is at an all-time high. And it's not a bad thing. You should have self-confidence. But like I said, this guy's taking it way too far. He's going above and beyond his pay grade. He needs to chill out. Now, that was the last of the footage of the videos and the clips that I had to analyse and break down about Danny G. I weren't trying to use anyone's content and get strikes and all that stuff. So I found this stuff on TikTok. And to be honest, a lot of the other stuff I saw was similar to this stuff. So I couldn't be really bothered bother to do any more, so I apologize for it being a shorter one. I hope you lot enjoyed it, and for the last bit of the video, we're going to look at what actually got Danny G's name out there viral like it has been in social media. And I'm just going to let the video play and then give my opinion after the video. But it's an altercation, a verbal altercation that he got into with a young kid online. Let's take a look at that.
What do you want?
I want to know why you just shouted at me down the microphone.
What the f*** shout you down the mic for? Playing your f***ing mouth, mate. I'm a grown man. You sent me a message first, yeah? I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the f***ing brawl, come down Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out of the house and I'll break your f***ing legs. You know, f***.
Oi, stop shouting. Who do you think you are?
Shouting! Shouting! Look your f***ing voice box out your phone, son. Come on, Birmingham, and I'll f*** you up. Come on, Birmingham now, and I'll f*** you up. I've told you where I live. You want to know where I live? I live in f***ing Smethwick. Now come, and I'll kill you.
You won't kill me.
I'm not! I'm not!
Excuse me, you won't kill me because I'm a gangster.
Look, shut up, you f***head, now f*** off. Answer me another message, f*** off. You little
Oh,
you little bastard, man.
Are you because you're scared?
And that is how Danny G became viral on social media, from my understanding. I could be wrong, but that's how I heard of him. And as much as the guy that he's having the altercation with, the young person, you can tell he's a little dickhead, and he's a wind-up merchant, and he's winding Danny up. But I think it also says a lot about Danny G's character. Like, who speaks to someone young in that way over a game on the computer? Like, it's beyond childish. And even from then until now, he's still saying he's gonna kill people and he's gonna do this and come to Smethwick and he'll kill you and do all this crazy outlandish stuff. And he's still saying it today in 2021. It's not honest. It's weird and crazy, if I'm honest, for a grown man to behave like that. Now, we all make mistakes and we can all get drawn out of character, every single one of us. But like I said, this isn't a one-off. This is something that Danny G does repeatedly, shouting he's gonna kill people. And even the advice he gives in his training videos, he's teaching people how to kill people and giving out bull training exercises of self-defense. I haven't seen one qualification to say that this man's qualified to teach anybody any kind of self-defense. So I would advise anybody, do not be taking this guy's advice when it comes to self-defense. Do not take this guy's advice when he's telling you about killing people and chopping up people and going through people like butter. Don't do none of that. Like I said, he gives out all this advice for training and fighting. I ain't seen one fight with this guy. I ain't seen him have one fight. I ain't seen him have sparring. I ain't seen him do anything other than run his mouth online and act like he's giving invaluable information when it comes to fighting, but hasn't demonstrated or shown that he can actually fight. I spoke to a few people that I know from Birmingham, at least 3, and they ain't heard of him other than his stuff on social media and online. No one can confirm and say, yeah, he's done all these things he says. I'm not saying they're not true, but I also ain't saying they're true. And a lot of it sounds like bull. So like I said, anybody following this guy, listen, watch him for entertainment, but I wouldn't take him too serious. That's just my opinion of the stuff that he puts out online. Anything more than shock value and entertainment, I wouldn't take too serious watching this guy's stuff. But again, that's just me. Feel free to do what you want. If you want to see more of his crazy stuff, go over to his channel and have a look. It's full of it. So my opinion on Danny G is, I still kind of like him. I like his energy and I believe his heart's in the right place, because I see a lot of things that are quite positive about him on some of his other videos. They wasn't highlighted in today's videos because that weren't on the videos that I had taken. I would have had to take content from his channel and risk getting a copyright strike or a defamation complaint or whatever, and I weren't trying to do that. But back to my opinion on Danny G, I think his heart's in the right place. I think he's a good guy deep down. I just think he's going about stuff the wrong way, and he does a lot of things for shock value, and he's over exaggerated. I think he's done something, seen that it kind of gets him a little bit viral, brings in the views, and he's running with it to try and do whatever it is he's trying to do for his channel. I can't knock a man for that, but I don't agree with it at the same time. Other than that, yeah, I don't see anything really wrong with Danny G, other than he's a bit of a bullshitter, an exaggerator, and a bit of a selected lunatic. And that's my opinion on Danny G. My advice to Danny G is, mate, your energy levels are through the roof. I think if you channel your energy levels into something different with the same energy, I think you would be good at it. You're quite a likable character. Like I said, you've got a extreme energy presence about yourself, and I think you should go and do some qualifications in training for fighting and stuff like that, if that's something that you're passionate about, and then get to teaching it and put a better message behind it. Reevaluate the advice that you give out, because I don't think it's correct or good, and I don't think anybody should follow your advice that you're giving from what I've been seeing. And I think if you can do that, I think you'll do good. That's just my advice. You don't have to take it or listen. Like I said, it's just my opinion and advice. And with that being said, that is the end of the video. I apologize for the little delay. It's going to happen from time to time, so please bear with me and stick with me through this. And with that being said, thank you every single individual person that shows love and support, and I'll see you lot on the next one. It's your boy YFD, your favourite demon, and I'm out.